good. It's the 15th of May, Rabbi Levitt Gemora.
Okay, so we are back here in Bava 108a, and we're talking about this case of the shomer that swore that the item was stolen from him, and then he thereafter paid for the item to the owner, and then they identified the ganav. And the Gemora asks, who is going to receive the kefil payments? So we asked over here, what about the Karen payments? The Gemora, why is the Gemora not asking who's going to get the Karen payment over here? Because there's two payments over here. There's the Karen and there's the kefil. There's the ganav is going to have to pay both of those payments, but who does he pay them to? The Gemora asks, who does he pay the kefil payment to? Gemora does not ask who he pays the Karen payment to. So in regard to the payment of the Karen, I have a note here that says that the Gemora didn't ask that question because there's no suffix about that. There's no doubt about who gets the Karen payment. And the payment of the Karen is given to the shomer because he paid the owner the full value of the deposited item that was stolen. So
that's the adding on to the shilane that he paid for it. He gave him the money. So now it's like he did koneh it by paying for it.
Yeah, he paid for it. So since he paid for it, he's got the Karen payment is going to come to him.
Mm-hmm.
But now the question is the Gemora wants to know now, but what about the kefil payment? Do we say that the kefil payment should also go to the shomer? Because he was really the one that paid for the item now. And do we say that he sort of like takes over and steps into the shoes of the original owner now, so that the ganav has to pay the kefil to him, or do we say no? The kefil payment is paid to the one that owned the item at the time that it was stolen, and then at the time that it was stolen, the item was certainly owned by the bailim, the original owner that claimed against the shomer in the case. So that the Gemora is asking the question about. Okay. Just looking if there's something else that could be we could say over here. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. So now we go to the issue of the kefil. That's the Gemora's question. Kefil, who gets the kefil that the ganav is obligated to pay? So now we go to back to the Gemora to read the Gemora. Abaya Amar. So let's read Abaya Amar. And let's see who we have to read. Lou, would you like to read?
Sure. Abaya Amar, Leval Apikadon. Abaye said, the owner of the deposit. Rava Amar, Rava says, the mi shehapikadon etzlo, to the one that the deposit is in his possession. So Abaye says, the original owner, and Rava says the shomer.
Right.
Abaye Amar Leval Hapikadon. Abaye said the owner of the deposit. Kevan de at reche bish vua. Since, excuse me a second. Oh, I hate when I do that. Okay. Since the Atreche, he troubled with it. He was troubled with an. He had to swear. Since he had to swear,
Triach is to be bothered to have to do something.
Makne le fela. The owner does not convey to him the kefil. Amar Rav, so Amar Rava says, the mi share hapikadon etzlo, the one who the deposit was by him. Kevan de Shilem, since he paid Makne le Kefela, convey to him the kefil. So I don't really understand the first position. Since Abaye's position is, since the custodian troubled the owner with an oath, the custodian swore. What was the case? What the custodian swore that he didn't have it?
He swore that it was stolen.
He swore that it was stolen. And then he paid.
Then he paid, right.
Okay. So I don't understand this word de'atreche.
He made him, the custodian made him have an oath. He made him make an oath on it.
The custodian made the owner swear.
It says he made the owner. Yeah, it says he bothered him with an oath. So who made the oath on the situation?
No, the owner didn't swear. The custodian swore.
Right. So what we need to do is
the owner went after the custodian for the money for the item. The owner tried to get the money. That's what the whole beginning of this whole section was. That Tavuhu Ba'alim L'Shomer, that a claim was made of the owner on the Shomer. So for the Shomer to get out of it, the Shomer has to swear. So the owner made him swear. The custodian swear.
Right. So why does it say the custodian troubled the owner with an oath? The custodian swore
Okay, that's the famous V'nishba v'shilem. He swore. It doesn't say who. That was the kind of left off. That he swore is the custodian is the one who swore.
Right. So the custodian didn't trouble the owner to swear. The owner didn't swear.
Let's take a look at Rashi, how Rashi understands what these words are referring to.
Good idea.
We have a Rashi over here.
I'm trying to figure which. Oh, that's that word you were talking about. That he bothered him. There it is. That he kavan the treichlichu. Since he bothered him or troubled him, the shomer libalim, the custodian to the owner. The hadar ad shevio lebeitin until they came to Beis Din, the nishba, and then they swore. Afagav, even though the hadar afterwards he went back, shilein, and he did pay lo mikno le balim, the whatchamacallit doesn't acquire it, the owners, the shomer from the show doesn't transfer it, so to speak, from the owners to the shomer, kafela, the kafel payment, bishat tashlumim, at the time of payment.
Okay, so what both Abaye and Rava are explaining over here is they're explaining why they hold the way they hold. Abaye is the one who's explaining that the kefil should be paid to the Baal Pikadon. And what's the reason it should be paid to the Baal Pikadon? That's the original owner of the item that deposited by the shomer. Is because the mechanics is that it depends on whether the bailim was makna the kefil to the shomer. Did he transfer over the right to receive the kefil to the shomer? Everybody agrees that really the right to receive the kefil belongs with the original owner. The only question over here is was there something that happened in the course of this case which caused the original owner to be moved to transfer his right to receive this payment of kefil to the shomer? And Abaye says nothing doing. He didn't transfer. He wasn't in this case that happened. He's not going to transfer his right to receive the kefil to the guy. And Rava says no, that he is. That's what he did. So let's try to explain. Even though Rashi goes with Rashi's explaining the first opinion, but I think it would be pedagogically, it will be easier to understand the first opinion if we go to the second opinion first, and you'll see why. Let's take Rava, for example, over here. Even though I asked Phil to already read the Rashi over here, but now let's go to the second speaker over here. Rava says that the kefil is going to be paid to the one that the pikadon was by at the time that it was stolen, and he says because the original owner was makna to him the kefil, he transferred to him the right to receive the kefil. Now, why was that? this is something that we can understand very well, because at the end of the day, this shomer, he paid the original owner the full value for the item that was stolen. So therefore, Rava reasons that in exchange for doing that, the owner, original owner, his response is gonna, okay, thank you very much. You can have the kefil. If they ever find the ganav, I transfer to you the right to the kefil. Not that he said those words to him, but that's the understanding. That's the understanding of the situation, and that we can understand very well, I think. Now the question over here is what's going on with Abaye, and that's why Rashi has a Rashi over here to try to explain why it is that Abaye holds that no, the owner, he did not transfer the right to receive the kefil to this shomer over here. He did not do that, and accordingly, the right to receive the kefil stays with the original owner, and therefore, Abaye holds that the ganav has to pay the kefil to the original owner. Well, why is that, though? It would seem to us that Rava has a very strong case. Look, the guy paid the full price, the shomer, to the original owner. The owner's response is going to be that he's his unspoken but universally acknowledged view over here would be that let the guy have the kefil if they ever find the ganav, right? Because at this point they haven't found the ganav; they found him later on. So Rashi goes over here and he says a svara why it is that this owner of the item is not going to be makna, in spite of the fact that at the end of the day, the shomer stelled su and he paid for full price for the item. Says Rashi, shenigdava v'niftar, because the item, no, sorry, not that Rashi. Kevad atreche, since he bothered him, he put him out with the shvua. Since the shomer bothered the original owner to the extent that he made this shvua. What does that mean, really? Rashi fleshes it out. Rashi says, "Kevin de atreche shomer lebailim." The shomer put out and inconvenienced and made it difficult for the owner. Ad sheheviyuhu lebezdin, right? And ad kedei kach, to such an extent that he required the owner to summon him to a din Torah in the bezdin, right? Which everybody knows, I think, if they don't know from personal experience, but they know it from hearing stories from their friends, that is one big headache. Not just today, it was a big headache back then too. And not only that, after all of that, at the end of the day, what did he come out with? The guy swears and he exempts himself. So for all of that trouble that he put me out to have to take him to Bezdin and claim against the thing that he didn't give back to me, and then he makes a shvua and exempts himself. Thank you very much. So now he's boiling over there, and then the guy comes over and ceremoniously hands him $500. Says, "Here, just take this and let's and hope we're still friends." So according to Abaye, the guy says to himself, the owner says, "Oh, thanks a lot. Okay, at least this. Okay, good. But is he going to be mocked to him to kefil? No, he wants the right to receive that kefil." So that's the machlokes between Abaye and Rava. And Rava says, no, at the end of the day, the guy got what he wanted, even though it took a bit of a difficulty. He didn't settle with him out of court, right? He could have said, listen, I'm sorry about what happened, and here's $500. Oh, thank you very much. I don't have to go to the Beis Din. I don't have to make all the fuss and everything, and I got my thing back. At least the value of it, even though I didn't get the thing back. But okay, he tells me that it's stolen. Okay, fine, good. I'll give him the right to the kefil. That's the way Rava looks at it. And Abaye says no. The guy says no. He's not willing to give up on. He feels that it was his item, and he went through a lot of trouble over here. And very nice. The guy gave him back $500, but still in all, he wants to get the kefil. He doesn't feel that he wants to transfer it over to this guy, this shomer that it got stolen from. Okay. And now we go.
What you're saying is that the custodian troubled the owner because by swearing, he forced the owner to go to court with him.
Yeah. That's what Rashi's adding, that the Gemora didn't say explicitly. But Rashi understood that that's really part of the story. Because it's not just simply that he swore, it's all the preliminaries before he swore. Right? He swore today, but it's been months since they've been talking about this, and he didn't cooperate, and now he's got to bring him to Beis Din to try to get something out of this guy, and then after all is said and done, he makes a shvua. So now the guy comes away with nothing, and then even if afterwards he gives him the value of the item, still he doesn't. It's not enough to move him to transfer the kefil to the guy.
So we're at a stalemate still, and the question is, what about the item that's been stolen? Where is that? Have we recovered that or not?
Yes, we recovered that. What happened was the item was stolen, and the owner went to the shomer and said, "Give me my thing." And the shomer said, "I don't have your thing. I swear I don't have it. But you know what? I'm going to pay you anyway." And he paid him. And then they found the thief, and the thief has to give the value of the thing, the principal. He has to pay that to the shomer, because the shomer already paid the owner for it. And now the question
about the thing itself.
Yeah, and now the thing is, what about the fine, this double payment? Who does he pay that to?
But what about, say it was an ox? Where's the ox?
The ox is back in the possession of the shomer.
So how do we know that?
How do we know what?
So the ox is back with the shomer.
How do we know that the ox is back with the shomer? Because all the Rishonim, all the commentators explain that the Karen is given to the shomer.
Hmm.
The Gemora didn't ask a question about who gets the shomer, because the Gemora had no question about that. The only question that the Gemora has is who gets the kefil. But the shomer, but the Karen. But the Karen, it's clear that the shomer is entitled to that because he paid for it.
Roy,
And
look on 108A3, footnote 20.
Okay, thanks.
since he paid for it, then we say that we got to say that this guy he certainly was makna the kefil, the Karen to the shomer. He certainly transferred the right to receive the Karen to the custodian, because after all, the custodian paid full price for it. The only question that we have is the kefil. Maybe he held back the right to receive the kefil. That's the question that we have.
So, Lou, what did you say? 10, page what?
108A3, footnote number 20.
108A3. Footnote 20. Oh, I see, right. All right. The same page here. Oh, whatever. Thank you.
Okay, what does it say over there? Is that what it says?
Yeah, it says the principal portion of the payment is certainly made to the custodian, since he had advanced the amount to the owner of the deposit. The question is, who receives the extra portion that is imposed as a fine?
Yeah.
It doesn't really answer Roy's question, which is, how do we know that? It's basically saying it's obvious.
Okay. Yeah, in other words, the question is on the kefil because he didn't pay anything. He didn't pay anything for kefil, but he paid the Karen. Karen, he paid. So since he paid for the Karen, so we say that the owner he transfers the right to receive the Karen to the custodian who paid for the animal.
Did we say somewhere that we assume that the Karen is part of the kefil? Or was that something else? Oh, no, that was for the fifth. That was for the fifth.
The word kefil, Roy, is a little bit ambivalent. It depends on the context. It could refer to both both parts, the principal and the fine, or it could refer to just the fine. Depends on the context. If you say he pays kefil, that could mean he pays double. But in this context, that's not what it means. In this context, it means he pays the fine.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll get a resolution maybe tomorrow.
All right. Everybody have a good day, a great day.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a great day.
See you later, Lou, right?
See you at 4.
Okay.
Bye.